Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 1 of what's going to be a new Let's Try. I hope you guys are doing well. Basically, I have played a metric ton of Kenshi lately, and you guys will be seeing that in the days coming up here. That I needed something new, so I thought, why not get a jolt of something new, like a game that I haven't ever played, but seems a bit inspired by Kenshi. This is a game where you do scavenging runs, but it's more of a manager. You manage your team of like vandals and raiders. And I don't know a whole lot about it. I haven't really played it, as I said. I've just kind of tinkered around a bit with it. But we're going to give it a serious look. And I don't know how many episodes this Let's Try will go, but I hope you guys join me for each and every one. So this is episode 1 of Let's Try Raiders Forsaken Earth. Raiders Forsaken Earth. So you can get this game on Steam and whatnot. We want to play an Ultra. And let's sit back and see what's what. Alright, their new game is Sector Unknown. Let's hit the options. We've got volume, copy current map C to clipboard, start a new game to view game options. Alright, you view them in the game. Combat music, alright. Let's hit new game. And here we go. We're immediately greeted by a character creation system. So we've got Lenny here, but we want to make something different. So we want a male. Origin. We've got Scavenger, Herald. These seem to change the leadership abilities, like he gets +2 to negotiation, +2 to charisma for your origin as a Herald. Sneak Thief, you get +2 to subterfuge, +2 to greed. We'll go over the skills and everything in a bit. Marauder, +2 aggression, +2 cruelty. Tribal, +2 determination, +2 motivation. And Merchant, +2 mobilization and +2 shrewdness. So right off the top, I think regardless of what these skills do and everything, I most vibrate with the Scavenger. +2 organization, +2 logistics. Sounds good to me. Then we have an option here. It says brute force solves all, precision wins, or can't hurt iron skin. So precision wins changes up some of the numbers here. These are our stats, which we'll go over. So this gets a +5 to hit chance and +5 to critical chance. Brute force gives +5 to hit damage, +5 to critical damage. And can't hurt iron skin gives +1 to stamina and +10 to hit points. So we're going to go with precision wins, because I like hit chance and crit chance. So there we go. 41% crit chance. It's pretty crazy. And then finally we have manage leveling, or let the gods decide. We're going to manage the leveling. And let's kind of pick a portrait here that goes with our guy. Lots of cool faces. Wow. And then we're back at the start. Okay, so I'm going to go with, I think we're going to go with this guy right here. All right, so now we've got 10 stat points to divvy up. Let's see what these do. Initiative determines the combat order of units in battle. Hit points determines the health of a unit. Armor is the amount of damage mitigated during each attack. Stamina, all battle actions use stamina. When stamina reaches 0, a unit must rest for a turn. Hit chance determines how likely an attacker will hit an opponent. Hit damage is the amount of damage inflicted on a unit minus armor mitigation. Critical chance determines how likely an attacker will critically hit an opponent. Critical damage is added to the regular damage if a critical hit is successfully landed. So that's at +9, and each one has a different cost. So cost 2 to raise critical damage. Cost 5 to raise stamina. and hold 10 points to raise armor. So let's see what we can do here. Cost 1 is initiative and hit points. 62% plus 5 for hit chance. Let's raise that. 63%. Hit damage. Critical chance, let's raise that to 42%. Critical damage, let's raise that to 10. We're down to 4 points. Initiative, get a point of. And then 3 points. Guess hit damage to 27. And a hit point to 86. Alright, then we've got our leadership abilities. These are like skills. We've got negotiation, born with a silver tongue. Lowers the bribe amount required to break contact from enemy parties. Aggression. Tales of your exploits resound throughout the Wasteland. Increases fear cane, +4. From waistband attacks per point spent. Increase fear gain, +4 from wasteland attacks per point spent. So, I didn't say too much about the game, but the setting is a wasteland, like a futuristic wasteland, where we're trying to survive and stuff. Determination, more guts than a slaughterhouse. Increases weight capacity +100 of party per point spent. Organization, pay attention to the smallest detail. -2 hour build time of hideout structures. And we get a +2 to that, so it takes us to 2 out of 10. And then logistics. The line between disorder and order lies in logistics. Increases raiders' slots +1 of party per point spent, so we get a +2 in that. Subterfuge, just keep your voice low, lowers wasteland vigilance gain, -3% per point spent. Mobilization, speed is the essence of war, increases party movement speed per point spent. And we have 4 points to spend, by the way. Charisma, your followers would walk through heck in a gasoline suit for you. Increases morale gain +2 for all raiders per point spent. Cruelty, nature is mean, I'm meaner. Increases maximum fear +20 per point spent. Motivation, be better or I'll kick your butt. +5 experience gain of raiders per point spent. Greed, a chip looted is a chip earned. Increases chips +20 from loot per point spent. And shrewdness, inflict pain from a distance +4 artillery and trap damage per point spent. So again, we have 4 points to spend. I am going to do a point of charisma for +2 morale to all raiders. And a point of negotiation, born with the silver tongue, so that we can bribe to break contact from enemy parties. And then we have 2 points left. I think these take 2. No, these are still 1 points. Or 1 point. Motivation +5 experience gain. We'll get a point of motivation. And increases party movement speed. Increases raider stats. Raider slots +1 of party per point spent. -2 hour build time. Let's get a 3rd point of logistics. Or wait. Yeah. So there we go. Now we go to the totem. The thirsty hyenas +100% fear for all actions. Oh, that's a name we can change, I think. Yep. Then we have this totem. Dude with a crown, Interstate 80 sign, and a skull with wings and stuff. +100% XP for all owned units. And this one, +5% hit chance for all owned raiders. So we can get extra fear, extra XP, or extra hit chance. I'll take the extra XP. And we're not going to be the thirsty hyenas. We can roll this name, the Desert Eagles. Well, that's pretty simple and cool. The Grizzled, the Bone Warriors, the Reapers. So this reminds me of Kenshi and the different factions. We'll be the Desert Eagles. Pretty simple. There's the map seed. Now Wasteland, this is how we want our Wasteland to look. We can play on normal or hard. I'll start on normal. If we go to hard, it automatically changes some options and then back to normal. So let's see, we're starting with chips. Amount of chips, currency in your organization at the game start, 4,000 or 2,000. I'm going to start with 2,000. So this is going to be like a custom loadout here. Scavenging determines the amount of scavenge available from tiles, abundant or scarce. We'll go with abundant. Build speed determines the amount of time required to build structures and fortifications in known locations. Normal or slow. Normal's fine. Vigilance determines how much your actions will raise the Wasteland vigilance. Lower vigilance is easier. Easygoing, normal, or alert. We'll go with the vigilance. Normal. Fear determines how much fear will be gained from your actions. Higher fear is easier. Fearful or defiant. Fearful. The arrival. How many days you have before the new governmental authority deploys their forces to the Wasteland to stop you. Large invasion event. Selecting never will disable this event for your playthrough. Note that this is just an event and that you can keep playing the game after if you survive. So we can go from 240 days, 120, 90, and never. I'm kind of apt to say never, but it would make some good content and stuff to like for us to all see that invasion and how it takes place. So I'll say 240 days. Consumables determines how much food, water, and beer raiders in your party will consume each day. Discipline would be better, but let's be honest, they're going to be ravenous. Recruits, the quality of raider recruits based on starting stats. Hardened raiders will have bonuses to starting stats. Hardened, I'd say ragtag. Start equip determines if your raiders will be fully equipped with armor, helmets, and accessories at game start. I'm glad this is an option. I will always turn that to no, so we have to start and get our own equipment. Succession determines if leadership succession will be allowed or not. If your character dies without succession on, the game is over. We'll put yes. And experience gain determines how fast your raiders will gain experience. Quick learners, we'll just put normal, and I think that's good to go. So we have a few easy options. We have a few harder options. Kind of leans on the harder side, but not too bad. I'm just wondering about this arrival. The new governmental authority. 240 days, huh? Alright, let's start the game. Bong bong. Populating Wasteland. And I have to reset. Okay, good. I have to reset the tutorials. A new leader. As the previous generalissimo of your organization expires bloodily in the sand, you turn and face the others. Cowed with fear and grief, they all stare back at you, understanding that the mantle of command has rightfully been claimed by you. What you inherit is a raider organization that is in shambles. Your base of operations can barely be called such, having no buildings or fortifications to speak of, and your raiders are so poorly equipped that they pose a threat only to the weakest caravans in the region. Your food and water is dwindling fast, and your other supplies like ammunition, building material, and beer, the most important of the bunch, are also depleted. If you are to survive, you must rebuild your organization to its former glory. You have your work cut out for you. You should first inspect your hideout, and we'll be done. Alright. Welcome back. Let's hope the pickings were rich this time. Chance of hideout discovery. Chance of the location of your base being discovered. This increases anytime you come back with your party and decreases by 5% each day. Right-clicking hideout does not increase discovery. Oh, I left-clicked it. Hideout ammunition stores are adequate, 40. Room and garrison for more raiders, there's 10. So let's check this out. Sunhorn Retreat. Hideout. Your hideout is your main base of operations. From here you will build and prepare your organization to dominate the Wasteland. Note that each time you visit your hideout with your party, this increases the chance of discovery. If your hideout is discovered and the Wasteland vigilance is high enough, regulators will eventually raid and, if successful in combat, destroy your hideout, leaving you with no home. If your party is not in your hideout, you can still right-click to open it without the chance of discovery increasing. Show tutorials, okay. So there's a lot to go over here, guys. We see we have 2,000 chips, the accepted currency of the Wasteland. A more generous chip split with your raiders will increase their morale. 0 out of 500. This is fear. Each hostile action taken by your raider party awards you with a variable amount of fear. Fear is used to extort Wastelanders, create new laws, or avoid battles when outnumbered. Very cool. And relax is the Wasteland Vigilance, 0 out of 7,000. Each hostile action taken by raiders against civilized targets increases the vigilance of the Wasteland. With each new vigilance level, locations will build fortifications, increase garrisons, and hire regulators to hunt you. It's 12 p.m., January 31st, 2130. Game speed. I guess it's at 2. Can't change it. Water, the most important consumable in your party. We have 80 out of 200. 80 meat keeps your party raiders fed while out in the desert. 120 beer keeps party spirits lifted and increases morale. Only raiders in the party consume. Daily requirements are 30. We have 120. And 30 out of 200 ammo used in combat by ranged allies. We're the Desert Eagles, units 5 out of 8. Let's look what we have here. Fortify. Hideout fortifications. You build your fortifications here. Fortifications make it harder for enemies to attack your hideout. Each fortification damages a select number of units for a set amount of hit points. The more fortifications built, the more attacking units will be damaged before entering combat. If you have enough saltpeter, you can also build explosive traps, claymore mines, that can be detonated by any one of your units during combat, severely hurting the opposition. These traps only need to be built once and are reusable. So you see we can build like ditches, a treacherous ditch, dirt ditch beyond the perimeter, mounds, a dirt mound outside the perimeter, walls, sturdy defensive walls surrounding the area, pikes, surrounding line of defensive pikes, a gate, solid gate and sandbags creating a choke point, and a bunker, an inner structure to retreat into, and each of them take different amounts of wood and scrap. So I didn't see how much scrap we have. I guess we'll get to that. 300 explosive claymore mines that can be detonated during combat. There they are, and they take, I'm not sure what they take, but let's fortify. Let's go to build. Buildings, you build structures for your hideout here. Each structure requires resources to construct, and some also require a specialist to unlock them. Specialists can be captured by successfully attacking caravans and certain locations in the Wasteland, so that's very cool. You can get specialists. There is a whole lot here. Holding pens. This place isn't built for comfort. Increased captive capacity of hideout and prevents escape. A stable. This place is covered in but it keeps us fed. Increases cattle and camel holding capacity. And a tradesman is required for the construction of this building. They can be found in caravans for a stable. Watering hole attracts all the scumbags. Allows for the recruitment of raiders from the region. A blacksmith, nothing like a good and savage weapon by your side, allows for the crafting of melee weapons, but a tradesman is required. A brewery, most important building, converts grain into beer necessary for survival. Tradesman required. Hospital, say, got any morphine? Decreases wound healing time as well as clearing, preventing all diseases, but it requires a tradesman. Salting shack, some raiders like raw meat, they get sick a lot. Preserved food increases sickness resistance, tradesmen required. A vault, because raiders aren't the most trustworthy lot, lowers the amount of chip loss stemming from daily graft. Warehouse, a place to put stuff, increases the resource storage capacity of the hideout. So as you can see already, a lot going on. Very cool, right? Barracks, a place to put the feet up. 5 garrison capacity of hideout and captured locations. A sweatshop, keep them spinning, converts raw cotton into cloth bales needed for crafting, requires a tradesman. Siege factory. Some really good stuff is built here, allows for the building of siege weapons and roadside traps, requires a tradesman. A butcher. I think the butcher likes his job a bit too much, converts cattle into consumable meat, requires a tradesman, a butcher, right? Ammo press, avoid the chemist, he's an odd one, converts saltpeter into weapon ammo, requires a tradesman. Counterfeit shop. A chip made illicitly is always sweeter than a chip made honestly. Organization gains daily chips from counterfeiting, requires a tradesman. Metal press. Some people think projectile weapons are for wimps, allows for crafting of projectile weapons, requires a tradesman. Brothel. What goes on in here stays in here. Raiders gain morale from... requires a tradesman. Plastic recycler. Plastic is like gold out here. Converts garbage into plastic needed for crafting, requires a tradesman. Furnace. Requires a tradesman as if it wasn't already hot enough out here. Converts scrap metal into ingots needed for crafting. Tannery, the place stinks, like really stinks, converts animal hide into leather needed for crafting. Tradesman. Armor shop, those who don't wear armor, they die. Allows for the crafting of armor and helmets. Tradesman. Gambling den, all you need is a chip and a chair. Organization gains daily chips from gambling. Longhouse. Admire the true seat of power, provides 10 leadership points upon construction and bonus leader hit points. Fight pit, a little harmless entertainment after a long day. All garrison and party members or party raiders gain daily experience. Well, because even a raider has to drink water sometimes, generates water from Hideout at a faster rate. And waterworks, it's better when water isn't brown. Potable water increases sickness resistance. So that's the stuff we can build here. We can see what we have here. 80 scrap, 200 wood. So we'll come back to this and see if we want to build something here. There's definitely some good options. Then we have resources. Here we go. These are our resources. Cool. You're able to manage your resources here. Resources are used to craft equipment as well as construct buildings and fortifications. Your hideout has a storage capacity for each resource. However, this can be expanded by building a warehouse. Resources can be transferred between your party and your hideout and must be stored in your hideout in order to be used in construction and crafting. So the party is over here. We're carrying the 80 water, the 80 meat, the 120 beer, the 30 ammo. And in the hideout, we have 40 ammo left, 200 wood, 80 scrap. And this is everything. So if we go over it really quickly, there's camels, rider meet camel, camel meet rider, cattle, walking and crapping ration packs, cotton grown in the desert to eventually be spun into cloth, wood, dead organic matter used to construct weapons and dwellings, barley, you can't eat the stuff so you might as well make beer from it, cabbage, valuable garbage, not cabbage, garbage, valuable plastics can be obtained from the refuse of the ancients, scrap, the machine refuse of the ancients can be reconstituted into steel. Hide. The hides for crafting armor come mostly from animals. Saltpeter used for crafting boomstick projectiles. Plastic used for crafting weapons, armor, helmets, and other items. Leather used for crafting armor, helmets, shields, and other items. Steel, same thing. Cloth used for crafting armor, helmets, and shields. And rubber, supple materials from the old ones used for crafting land sails and siege machines. And there's a weight limit. Your party can only carry cargo up to its weight limit. We haven't even tapped that yet. And allow butchering of camels. I'm going to turn that off, even though we don't have any. Then we have garrison. This is your hideout garrison. You can transfer units from your party to this location and vice versa. Garrisons are required to defend locations from attackers. From here, if you build a watering hole, you can also recruit additional raiders. So we have 5 in the party on the right and 5 in the hideout on the left. I love the names. So let's see who we've got. We've got Lenny. Oh, I forgot to name myself. My name is Lenny. Oh boy. What if I... One sec, guys. I don't want to be Lenny. I'll do this really quick though. Scorpion. How about Elzar? Scavenger. Precision wins. What did we do? Oh, the numbers are different this time. Dang, son. Stamina is higher. Hit chance is way lower. Let's re-roll that again. Oh, it re-rolls everything. Alright, so we went crit chance, crit damage, hit chance, 1 in initiative, and 1 in hit points. Okay. Then we have 4 points here. We put a third in logistics, charisma, I think motivation, and negotiation. And we did plus XP, and we were the Desert Eagles. I'll just type it in. And I forget what we started with. 2,000 ships. They were abundant. Build speed is normal. Vigilance is normal. Fearful. 240 days. Yeah. Consumables. Ravenous. Recruits, ragtag, start equip, no. Succession, yes. Normal experience gain, and start the game. Different map seed. Why is my name Homer? Is my name Homer? My name is Homer. Son of a gun. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's get it right this time. Elzar, yo. Those numbers are way down. Critical damage is up, though. Initiative is up. Alright, let's try this one more time. 2,000 chips, abundant, build speed normal, fearful, 240 days, split, ravenous, ragtag. I realize some of these options make it harder, which is cool with me. Alright, let's go, son. Now, a new leader. It will be done. Sunhorn retreat. Hideout. Okay, let's go to resources. Everything seems to be the same. Garrison. Okay, this is where we were. There's Elzar. There we are. We've got a hockey stick for 13 damage. Can I hit the... Can I see a character sheet, maybe? We've got Skitters, who's got a pipe wrench for 5 damage. Wickley has got a sledgehammer for 10. Cleveland has a trench shovel for 10, and Helga has a meat cleaver for 9. But Gallagher here has a carbine gun for 14. Snickers has an ice axe. McDougal has a scatterblast pistol, 10 damage. Fran has a falchion, 9 damage, and Dumpster has an ice axe, 6 damage. So in the party, I mean, looks pretty good. We want some people staying behind with good damage. Let's put Skitters in here and grab Gallagher with the gun, or McDougal. Carbine, yeah, we'll grab Gallagher. I'm not sure how to see a character sheet. There's new party, can only generate a new party if your current one is destroyed. Arena, fight pit, not built. Recruit, watering hole, not built. Then there's buttons over here that show roster, party, we'll go through that too. Labor. This is where you manage your labor. Once you construct a building, workers must be assigned to it in order for that building to generate resources or bonuses. When you capture workers in the Wasteland, you must bring them back and transfer them to your labor pool. Workers in your labor pool can be assigned to buildings of your choice after they are constructed. So right now, no buildings constructed, not needed. Fortifications we saw. Go to build. Garrison. Okay. So, everything is the same. That number was a lot higher, though. I thought it was 7,000. Alright, let's check this out. So we've got roster. Religion. Wait a minute, how do we check the roster? Can't see roster, can't see party, resources, laws, ledger, crafting, hostages, tradesmen, news, locations, religion, treasure, and battle formation. Okay, here we go, parties. Click below to move to non-player. So is there anything I want to do while I'm here? Maybe build, we have 80 wood, 80 scrap, 200 wood. Make a watering hole to attract some raiders. A blacksmith, but we need a tradesman. Build a vault. Lowers the amount of chip loss stemming from daily graft. Barracks. Add garrison capacity of hideout and captured locations. A warehouse. These are all tradesmen required. A gambling den. A fight pit. A longhouse. Provides 10 leadership points upon construction and bonus leader hit points. Waterworks. And a well. Let's see, what was our water at? 80 out of 200. The hideout has none. He can carry up to 300. We could also fortify. Number of units that will be injured by the fortifications, 2 for 10% of their hit point damage. If we build mounds. But it doesn't take any wood or scrap. Interesting. So let's build something. Let's build a well. 100 wood, 80 scrap. Building 56 hours. Go to labor. No buildings constructed. Okay. Garrison, and then fortify. This does 2 peeps, 10%, mounds or ditch. Let's build a treacherous dirt ditch. Building 40 hours. Do we have to go to labor for that? No. Alright, resources. We're carrying what we need. I don't want to leave 40 ammo behind. Let's take 20 more for 50. Alright, so all we have to do now, make sure we have everybody we want from the list. And X this out. And here we are. We can pause with space. We can look around. So from here, we just explore, scavenge. Let's check this out. The ancients may have destroyed the planet through war and gluttony, but they also left a bounty of metals, rubber, and plastic to scavenge and repurpose. When scavenging a tile, you clear it of debris, transferring it to your party. Note that all resources will need to be transferred from your party to your hideout in order to be used for crafting and construction. Morale. Raiders would rather steal than scavenge. Morale lost from scavenging, and weight. So there's 10 scrap and 10 garbage, I guess. Capturing it lowers morale. Morale's already minus 10. How bad is a 10 morale loss is what I'm wondering. Take 7 scrap and 5 garbage. Scavenging blues. Sweating under the sun while loading up the scavenged materials, your raiders look extremely unhappy as they do so. Several cursing under their breath. You suppose it does make sense. They became violent raiders because they're looking for an easy life, not to become a bunch of broken-backed scavengers. You will have to monitor their morale and make sure you aren't ordering them to scavenge too much, at least not without balancing the crap work with some sizable paydays. Even the most disciplined raiders can be relied on to piss and moan, but nothing turns one around faster than gaining a few new chips to rub together. Noted. Huh. Okay, so time moves even while we're standing here. Let me go ahead and make a save game. There we go. And let's look around here. Next steps. Spotting a random toilet in the desert, you decide to make use of it. Why not? Enjoying a moment on your own, it gives you time to think. Your raiders depend on you. If you don't keep them happy while also improving your organization, you won't last long in this harsh wasteland. Being under-equipped and having a hideout that's barely functional, your next steps would perhaps be to start small. By attacking some of the local caravans, they carry chips which will keep your raiders content, as well as trade goods with which you can either sell or use to build up your operation. Also, they carry beer, water, and food, all things your party will require while traveling. Your next steps will determine the future of your rule and of your organization. Well, okay, so caravans would be on the roads then. What is this? 2 men enter. You spot a battle dome in the distance, its metal structure boldly punching up out of the sands and into the heavens. As you approach, you spot a figure standing, no doubt noticing your approach. Appearing to have waited there for some time now, the combatant bellows out a string of curses for all to hear and points in your direction. It appears he is challenging you to a duel. Alright, let's see what happens if we fight. Bong bong. Okay, hard finger. He's only got 48 HP. Not sure what the 20 means, but let's start combat. It is turn-based. Oh man, he just nailed me. Do we have a log? We're gonna die in the first enemy. We have standard attack, 55% hit chance for 36 damage. Heavy swing, 45% hit damage for 56 damage, minus 10% hit plus 20 damage. Swing for the fences, requires 3 targets, no critical hits allowed. Grand slam, 35% chance to hit, 66 damage. So you can see each attack brings something different. Shield hook, 50% chance of removing shield from the target. Wild attack, 10% chance but 36 damage and only requires 1 stamina point. Hunker down, plus 10 armor for duration of combat, 1 use. Breather, recovers stamina. Blood plumber, heals 15 hit points. Staunch bleeding, 50% chance of stopping bleeding, minus 10% with each failed attempt. Strength in numbers, hit buff, 1% times number of surviving friendlies, 1 use. Taunt, taunts enemies that can reach to attack, 1 use, and retreat from the field of battle. I think I'm going to do a heavy swing. It's got about a coin flip to land, and if it lands, it takes him out. Why don't you just piss off? Oh, I got him. Defeated enemy with a hockey stick, son. In combat, you have defeated your opponent, abiding by the ancient laws of combat, plus 410 experience, and everybody else enjoyed a good fight. We gain 20 fear. And equipment hidden padding, plus 10 hit points. Attach mod to appropriate item from crafting screen. 1 man leaves. You watch as the combatant falls to the sand, feet kicking while he gurgles out a few final breaths. It takes a moment, but the combatant finally expires. In the sand beside the corpse, you notice an impressive looking weapon. Picking up the weapon, you turn triumphantly and raise the trophy so that all of your raiders can see. It is a battle they shall not soon forget. Okay, so if we pause, we actually can see everything over here now. We might have to go over those next episode. Let's see, we've been playing for 39 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Let me click the roster first. Oh, look at this, so cool. Character sheet. The roster is where you manage your raiders. From here, you can promote a raider to a higher rank, giving them a bonus in combat, but also increasing the potential for them to rebel if morale gets too low. We can level them up. Both skills and perks can be assigned after selecting a class for your raider or equip them. Awesome. You can also exile raiders or eat them if you're out of food and your other raiders are grumbling. Yikes. Finally, if you have camels, you can assign them to each of your raiders. If each raider in your party has a mount, the entire party will be considered mounted and will move much faster. Nice. So I have a sickness. I have malaria. -2 critical chance for 58 hours. My morale is rhapsodic. 1000. We have the hockey stick, which is a blunt two-handed weapon. I guess we picked up Lucille. Blunt two-handed weapon. Or the katana. Nice. We'll get into this next time, guys. Wickley. So there's the morale. They lost 15, so they're blithe. Wickley's blithe. Everybody's blithe. This also shows people back at the hideout. I have to remember that. The top 5 are our party, though. So I'm sick. There's all sorts of stuff. Perks, promote, exile, butcher, camel, make this raider one of your spouses, random stat bonuses to leaders. There's permanent injuries. There's sickness, disease. Oh my gosh. It keeps track of the chips your raider has earned. Chip earnings are determined by profit sharing setting on the ledger screen. How many scraps the raider has been in, makes for some good campfire stories, and how many kills the raider has accumulated. What class they are, what rank they are. From lowly dog crap to second in command, promote a raider to increase their rank. History. They have history, was a slave before breaking free and escaping, a wanderer looking for action of any kind, plus 10 hit points. And we can look at their battle abilities, their equipment, got a sledgehammer. We don't have any other items except for, oh, we do have some, a water purifier, plus 10 water per day, a camping lantern, plus 20 morale per day, a metal detector, plus 20 scrap per day, a wood saw, plus 20 wood per day, a compass, increased party speed, and a toothbrush, plus 20 morale per day. And these are unique items that we can equip, I guess, to our raiders. Interesting. And we can look at items even more up close. Item bonus after next kill with selected weapon, hit chance gets +1 weapon kills. With each kill, a weapon becomes just a little bit stronger. From here, you can see the kills of the particular weapon your raider is wielding, as well as the combat bonuses obtained after each one. So a kill will get him hit chance +1, and it keeps track of all that. That is awesome. 2 stamina cost per attack, +8 critical damage, and 10 hit damage. Wow. This is my weapon. There are many like it, but this one is mine. It says Wickley. This is so cool, man. There's a ton of stuff in this, and it's going to be really nice to mess around with this. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe before leaving. I would greatly appreciate it. Next time we'll equip some peeps. We'll continue exploring. We'll see what all these different buttons do. We can set our own religion. We can read the news, have hostages. So much cool stuff. So I hope you'll join me for that. Do come back. I'd love to have you guys. And see, I guess I can't name the saves, but there we go. One or more of your promotions is available for your raiders. A black market available. Religious combat bonuses ended. So we'll check those out too. Lots of stuff going on. Very cool. Hope you guys dig it too. And I will see you next time. Excuse me. So until next time, guys, be well, live well, stay well, and much love, peace, and joy. GGF out. Ciao for now.